This is Gessel Sated Podcast. This show is for 14 plus disclaimer. All said on this show is opinions and should not be taken as facts to reference. Enjoy the show.
Five.
123, 123 in the place to be. This is your host, Adam Mill. This is the Guest I Said podcast. To the right and left of me is.
Yeah, sick of the governor.
I'm Bizzle, man. You know what's up.
And we got our brother back on the show, Sharif Rashid.
Yeah,
What's good? What's good?
So,
grateful, man. Progressive, never regressive. Trying to get up with you brothers and spread this truth for all we got, as much as we can. That's the way to fight.
Indeed. Two topics we got. The other brother, is he gonna be still on the show or?
I texted him. I told him to tap in at my grave. So that was like before I made my grabs, right? So he should be. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna text him real quick again. If he don't answer the text, then either or. What's happening? I let him know. Sent him a message. So I sent him just a message right now.
Okay, peace. So
And he got the link.
Then what we gonna do? All right, we're gonna first tap into the aftermath of the election. And then we're gonna tap into modern relationships versus traditional relationships. So
Your phone, is it just my phone or is it your phone? Because I can turn my speaker, but does it sound, I got a good speaker also. So does your phone sound staticky to you or do my phone sound staticky to you?
No. My phone.
good. Yours sound good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Okay, so let's start off with the aftermath of the election. Some people was left displeased, as if they had, in my opinion, any doubt in their mind or any hope. If you want to define hope, this landslide, before we knew it was going to be a landslide, but for those who went out and vote for the other party, the losing party, but not to get too deep into it, I don't think there is a losing party because both of them in cahoots. But just for the sake of argument, the candidate that they wanted to see win did not. So my thing here, and I'm gonna let you brothers cook. I'm gonna let Gov go first, Juan Bizzle, and then we're gonna end it with Sharif on this topic. I was watching a podcast yesterday from a financial standpoint, a financial podcast, right? And they were saying that massive deportation is unrealistic because it will crash the economy. Because if you get rid of all the illegal immigrants, who's going to take those jobs? Who's going to build those buildings and stuff like that? They take on the jobs that most of us Americans don't want to take on because lack of not enough money, and what's the word I'm looking for? It's not enough money, no benefits for the starters, and there's no union. So they deal with union-free people, union-free workers. So they get injured, hurt, whatever, they just get deported and another one replaces them. So they're saying that this massive deportation is unrealistic. Yes, Trump is going to speak some truth on his word and get rid of some people. He's going to show some of that. But for what he's talking about is unrealistic. He knows it's unrealistic. It's not going to happen because the economy is going to crash. God, what do you think about that? And before you cook on that, I will say this. I do respect the policies. Me and my son were talking about it earlier for business. I do respect the policies that he want to bring, the teaching of the LGBTQ community, take that out of the school. And the fact that a woman could irresponsibly, in my opinion, abort a child. I like the fact that he claims that he's going to crack down on that. God, what do you think, and how do you feel about the aftermath? Were you in shock?
Was I in shock? I wasn't in shock because it looked like it was going to go that way, given the way a lot of people were talking anyway, and given the way that the news and celebrities and all the rest are basically preaching that you can't vote for him. You know what I mean? So that kind of told me which way it was going to go. Now, when it comes to the policy, it's like, all right, 2020, right? We had 2020. We had the Black Lives Matter movement pretty much dominated that whole news cycle. And then right after the election happened, disappeared. We ain't even see it no more. You know what I mean? Then we get 2024. We're hearing about how important the black man vote was. You know what I mean? We need to make sure we doing this, that, and the third. Now, the truth of the matter is, I believe that that's going to disappear just the same way like the whole emphasis on Black Lives Matter did. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Another thing that's really about to happen is this whole little crackdown, this whole crime thing that they were talking about. Don't be surprised to see another one of them crime bills or one of them type of deals getting ready to get instituted again. Because they went the opposite way with this whole defund the police that they were talking about. Now they're gonna want to try to prove we're gonna do this big crackdown. So don't be surprised. And the one thing that I say that worries me the most about it, because it's not him per se, Elon Musk is a guy that
Oh yeah,
they really got him in the mix. Elon Musk not from United, I think he's from South Africa. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. He's an actual immigrant.
Right. But I don't
But
see
Trump,
him.
but real quick, but Trump would take his money because their war is not on sea no more. Their war is from the sky. Well, go ahead, finish.
Yeah,
That's
but see,
another.
he's in it, but see, Elon Musk is deep into a lot of other things. You know what I mean? It makes me think that when he takes that into the government, he might actually allow the government to have the ability to do the things that they want to do that they had not been able to do before, as far as being able to track everybody and able to, just a lot of the ways that they indoctrinate folks. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that I think about because think about it. He already got Twitter. He bought Twitter. And he's also got
Well,
the SpaceX.
it's X now, unless he
Yeah,
switched it back up. Yeah.
yeah, that's X. He bought the SpaceX. You know what I mean? And then when you think about the AI and all of the things that he's working in that type of in that environment, when you think about and putting all that in and actually enabling the government to be able to use that stuff, don't be surprised that a lot of the shackles and everything that we think that we keep saying is conspiracy theory now actually becomes, you know what I mean? Into
Facts. And let me make a disclaimer. No, I do not believe, in my personal belief, LGBTQ. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. In the 90s, when I was coming up, they had a word for it. It was the G word, right? Or the F word. I do not believe in those policies. Not saying that I hate people of their community. I
right.
despise the sin. I think it's a sin. I think it's unnatural. Let me just make that disclaimer. We're not here to LGBTQ bash anyone. We're just telling you our own opinions, or not even opinions, as a matter of fact, is our own beliefs. So feel free to comment, like, share, de- debate, if you will. So I just want to make that clear from my standards and guess how said. Because I know that we work with a lot of those people from that community and stuff like that. And I don't want to seem like we're bashing them, whatever. Feel free. You're all welcome to join the podcast, but just to take that out, to make that clear, disclaimer. I'm glad that Trump want to take it out of the school. I'm glad that a lot of his policies that he spoke of, I'm glad that he hopefully he be a man. Word is bond. He be a man of his word and try to get some of those things done. Quan Bizzle, what you think?
Okay. So to be honest, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Um, this whole election, how everything was going, I knew he was gonna win from the start. You know, only just because based on how Kamala was running her whole campaign. Um, for me, it's not really much to say about it. It's kind of, and I think a lot of people might call me crazy for this. It's kind of exciting to see where this is gonna go. You know what I mean? And what direction this is gonna go, and what it's gonna mean just not only for America but for other countries around the world. Because I've been seeing this thing over social media. This presidency. this time, this race, everything that's going on doesn't only affect America this time. It's bigger than our cities, our blocks, and our neighborhoods, and everyone around us. This is the whole world, really, is everyone's countries and livelihoods and how things are going to go for the next 4 years. 4 years go by fast, but a lot can happen in 4 years, yet alone a month. You know what I mean? So, the biggest thing I think we should be worried about is how our mental health, how strong we're gonna be during this time. If there's gonna be anything we should look out for, and really deeply on a spiritual level, really make sure we're intact with our religion. You know what I mean? And make sure we still, because they can offer stuff that sounds good, taking the immigrants out, sure, making sure that, you know, some homosexuals and stuff are not in your schools and stuff, even though way after he's gone, that's always going to be there. Because, there's no good without evil and there's no evil without good. You know what I mean? So that's going to be there. You know what I mean? But, however, it's more of play on a religion because I think about it deeper. I'm like, okay, so what about the people in Palestine? You know what I mean? Because either way, both of them made it clear, Trump or Kamala, that they was going to continue sending weapons and continue to kill those kids in Palestine, to kill those families in Palestine. They made it very clear, to be honest. He's very blunt with it. So a lot of us, we kind of look past the main purpose here, especially us as Muslims. You know what I mean? That okay, we're voting for these people, we're rooting for these
Yeah,
people.
but Gov,
Yeah.
Gov never made it clear what his faith is, but
Oh no, yeah,
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 No, I understand. I see what you're saying. Keep
yeah,
going. It makes sense. It
yeah.
makes
But
sense.
like you know, some of us here are Muslims. So the thing is that we kind of look past the main point, with these people. Um, these people might have some benefit that can aid us, but in the long run, it's not really aiding us. They're still our enemy, They're still on the opposite side of the coin. So this is really some things we're going to watch out for. But as far as everyone's gonna get something from this. Someone's probably gonna get benefits, entertainment from this. Some people are getting something personal from this. So everyone's gonna win or lose in this situation in these 4 years. But that's really all I got to say about it, to be honest.
before Brother Sharif come on, and because I know Sharif got a lot to say. I want to know, Sharif, how do you feel about Elon uh,
Hmm.
helping Trump with his campaign? And he's been saying a lot of stuff about going out in space, and I don't think the war is going to be fought on the sea anymore. I think the war is going to be fought on satellites, where they're going to now just start throwing bombs from space and dropping them on people's houses and countries and stuff.
Hmm. And that's actually what one of the things that I wrote down in my highlight to speak on when y'all was talking about. Of course, Elon Musk is definitely. First, let me just get this straight. Let's get us corrected. You know what I mean? So, I'm not saying that we're wrong, but how are we looking at the whole election thing? That wasn't nothing but the Super Bowl. That was entertainment, propaganda. Was paid for us to be confused. You know what I mean? That's the first primary thing. This thing is a corporation. Corporation has a president. We are all corpses. That's why when you die, you're a corpse. Once again, we get into the maritime law, and they broke those treaties. None of it is real. This thing is a satanic, hidden, ancient, occult agenda that they got going on. I'm gonna try not to go too deep into it, but it's deep. There's levels to it, and the rabbit hole goes deep. But I'm gonna try to just stay basic on it. Elon Musk is deeper than just. I don't even think the war. To be honest with you, I don't think the war gonna be fought on the ground, in the sky. There are going to be portions of the war around the world fought on the ground and in the sky. But I think the most potential, the most damaging war is the war that's going to be fought in the mind and the heart. All right, now these individuals, Elon Musk doesn't just have SpaceX. He has something also called Neuralink. Elon Musk wants to transfer consciousness. They also have, and we're talking about like 4 years of presidency. I've listened to physicists like Elon Musk, no part of me, Makio Kiku. If you look him up, he's an Asian physicist. Him, everybody on Google, what's the Bill Gates. They come on there and they speak about these agendas, and these agendas are not 5 year agendas.
No.
They actually have categories of 100 years down the line for different types of human beings. This is real. Like stage one human being, intergalactic, where they travel in space. I'm talking about they got 500 to 1,000 year plans, and they ain't working just with themselves. This is past humans. They're working with things They're working with they're working with entities that they should not be working with. And they've been working with them since
The
ever.
gin, the gin,
Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? You can call them what you want to call them, Arcans, Nephilim, Fallen, whatever y'all want to call them. I call them
fallen
the
angels, aliens,
yeah,
gin.
I call them Jinni. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my philosophy go by. I try not to even use that. I'm gonna just use the blanket term, this jinn. You know what I'm saying? And they're dealing with these jinn. These and they've been. This is not a new thing. So
Oh,
even no matter who is the president of this situation, the people who own the corporations, they the ones who run the world. We don't have an American dollar. We have a Federal Reserve note, which
right.
means when the Federal Reserve Act was passed, the money transfer was passed on to them. And then we talking about the world wars. After every world war happened, there's a money transfer. Right now, we are already in World War III. Hence why this thing going on in Palestine. Trump has given you see all the space that first of all, there is no more Palestine, it's Israel. So off the rip, off the brack, for any people that understand Israel, who understands what the so-called Torah is supposed to have, not even the Torah, the Talmud, and the thing that these imperialists think, they're not even supposed to, they claim that the land is there, but however, in the Torah, they're not even supposed to be there. You know, they're forbidden to even going back there. The reason that they are there is because they are waiting for a Messiah, and they rejected the Messiah. I have a video I can send, you know what I mean? Going on 83, or I was on the road somewhere, and they have a Jewish rabbi, and the rabbi next to him is saying the Messiah is here. So they claiming the Messiah is already here, and we're not. And it's deep when it's levels to that. So I'm gonna just stay on the basic,
I see that.
level.
See that.
This war in Palestine right now that's going on, like I said, it's far beyond missiles and stuff. They don't care about that. They need for right. They trust me. It's going to be to a point where when the robot see the lady who created the Matrix, she also not wrote who wrote the Matrix also wrote the Terminator. You know what I'm saying? She said the Terminator was the sequel to the Matrix. Basically, I get that 100,000,000% because you're looking at it, especially from all they're not just telling us. It's not just coming into fruition. They've been telling us since Demolition Man. They've been telling us since Total Recall. They've been telling us since all they want to do is transfer consciousness. It's called transhumanism. If they could take your brain and put it into a fish tank,
Mhm.
and which they're doing. This is what VR and all this is. This is what all this metaverse is. If they could take your brain,
Like the cartoon Futurama. Remember that?
like all of it. I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, like
They had
just
the
tell
brain walking around in the fish tube talking or a fishbowl
Right.
talking.
like all and they got like on Black Mirror. They got a lot of it on Black Mirror on Netflix. You feel what I'm saying? So it's transferring consciousness. They actually want to be able to take your consciousness, right? They're already doing it with this algorithm. They starting it with the algorithm with these new AirPods that come out. The phones that are reading the brain frequencies.
Goggles.
Skynet is nothing but Google, bro. Apple, that's what the Apple represent in the Kabbalah now. That's what the bite is in it. So you talking about these people go way, way back to stuff that's not new under the sun. Only thing that's new is the evolution of what mankind has brought outside of himself.
Right.
So now we have AI. Nothing is new. They've been flying. They've been communicating with jinni. They've been doing it on a spiritual level. They were more into the earthly realm when they were doing these things. So they didn't use the machine. Now we're out of the earthly age. So these ancients been dealing with jinns and how you think these pyramids and stuff are getting built, bro? How you think all this stuff is going on? This stuff is not no straight up. This is not physics. This is mental. This all is a dream. That's why it says it's an American dream. This is nothing but electrical signals going to the brain. Electrical signals going to your brain, and you are feeding off of sensories. And once again, this sensory tell you that you're in this three-dimensional reality. However, this is the lowest reality because I can dream deeper than this. That means if I can dream deeper than this, then my perception or my awareness can go deeper than this. That means this reality right here is the lowest reality. I don't gotta pay rent in my dreams. I ain't gotta have haters in my dreams. I ain't got to deal with none of that. Which means that consciousness is the true reality. And my major is IT. I'm gonna just keep it real simple. From an IT standpoint, right? I'm the main, like somebody, whoever the mainframe is, and there's a network neighborhood.
Okay.
The network neighborhood where you're in the computer lab is all the children on the same network on that network neighborhood. The mainframe or the server, that server right there is sending the information and the signals to the network neighborhood.
Right.
So basically what's going on right now is they want to be the servers instead of the creator being the server. And they have become the server. through our external programming, through back to your regular schedule program, anything that can put anything into your basic input devices. A computer has basic input devices, so do you, your sensory. And they block your sensory. They tell you only have 5 sensory, so they are completely secularizing you. That's the agenda. Novus Ordo Secularum. New secular order, one eye. And we're going to speak to the traditions of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I ain't going to get even religious in that, but he spoke about a one-eyed liar, the great deceiver, Ad-Dajjal. And I'm going to leave that alone. And that has a lot to do with Palestine because he's the Messiah, Ad-Dajjal, the imposter Messiah. And why do you think they need Palestine? Because if a Messiah was going to rule, then they would have to rule from Palestine.
Yeah.
You
So let me
understand?
ask you this, because you know the issue last year with the red calf and stuff like that, and he can't have like a
Oh,
single
yeah.
woman. But how do you feel about Trump policy and the immigrants? And what do you feel about massive deportation? Is it a fraud? Is it a lie?
I think
Would
they
it
all.
crash
I think they,
the
see what I
economy?
think. So what I think it is that first of all, let me tell you what my feelings off of it was how I felt about why I wanted Trump to be in office and why I don't want any of these devils to be in office. Period. I want us to be in nature with the Creator. But if I had to choose from this secular situation, of course I supported Trump over Kamala. That's off the rip because I just looked at just one thing: the circumstances when Trump was in office, the circumstances when Kamala was in office. That's all I needed to know. And also, what as me being a man, right? Why would I vote for a woman to control me? If someone was to break into my household, I would not send my wife downstairs to protect and govern my household. I got to go down there. So that's the male's natural disposition. His
Right.
disposition is to protect and control. So why would a man, especially when they're feminizing our men anyway, why would men be mad about a woman not getting controlling your empire? You feel what I'm saying?
Real quick, Brother Sharif. We had a podcast. I'm still editing it. The one we did and the one before. I'm still in editing mode, right? But when it was told that, and it was a good argument, but I disagree with the argument when it says that why the brother and the good brother of mine, Jamil Abdullah, a very good Muslim brother of mine, right? You probably know if you met him. You probably know him. And he was saying the opposite. He was saying that haven't we been raised by good women and look how we turned out, single parent mothers, and
Muslim.
we're afraid to evolve. He had good points, although I respectfully disagreed with him because I said
As
that.
Muslims, I can squash that right there. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but as Muslims, for everybody else, they can have that opinion. But if you're saying he's Muslim, we don't have an opinion. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, when a woman becomes the controller of your empire, wait for the hour. I got the hadith right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with you, right? And
I don't want that at all. That's what I'm saying.
From a religious standpoint, and Gov, you can agree to this too, because the Bible speaks on this as well. Also from just a normal standpoint, a modern standpoint, because when I respectfully disagree with our brother, right?
Right.
Not only that, but I was called, not from him, but from women that I had conversations with. I was called the chauvinist. I was called the sexist. I was called all these types of names because my brain is not evolving in modern time. And I said that everyone has a position. They play their position well.
Right.
Look at, you just made a prime example. Man ought to protector and provider of the woman.
Right.
Because the other way around, and we all know woman nature.
Right.
Try not to be that provider. Try to be out of work for 6 months or more. Sitting on PlayStation, chilling and watching Happy Days.
That one.
Your woman will become your man.
You gotta go out there and work.